me, don't you?
The Kons podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
He was probably thinking he was being heroic and doing a heroic act, and they punishing him for it. You know what I'm saying? Lansing, Michigan, you know what I'm saying? 11 years old, and took a firearm from another student. You know what I mean? Now, I was trying to read and figure out what race. She don't want her to become a statistic and go to homeschool. She said they didn't even give her no alternate. A UFO has been seen in the city of Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? A V-shaped UFO has been seen over the skies. A lot of people have been reporting. Jakepaul and tankdavis, you know what I mean? We know they schedule supposed to be fighting November 14th. It's a circus act, the exhibition, you know what I mean? Yeah, what's up, what's going on, what's happening? It is Kons podcast, you know what I'm saying? Episode 308 today, you know what I mean? Episode 308. Hope y'all doing cool on this fun Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? You can call it Taco Tuesday, Titty Tuesday, whatever it is that you want to call this Tuesday, you know what I mean? It's September 23rd, 2:04 in the afternoon, you know what I'm saying? It's fairly hot out here, you know what I mean? It's definitely 95 degrees, you know what I'm saying? And on rising up throughout the week, but we're not touching 100, but we definitely in the high 90s, you know what I'm saying? Definitely in the high 90s. But see, I just wanted to go over a few little topics today, you know what I'm saying? 3 little topics for you today. You know what I mean? I hope y'all enjoyed the last episode, you know what I'm saying? Episode 307. You know what I mean? Quick little recap of that. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you know that Tom Holland in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man had a terrible stunt accident, cracked his skull. Also let you know that the new details on the David case, you know what I'm saying? Some new details on that. Him and the girl that was found in the Tesla, you know what I'm saying? Just let you know some new info on that. Also, last episode today, you know what I'm saying, for episode 308, you know what I mean? And if you just now tuning in, this is your first time in and wondering what this channel is about, this is where we go over news, headlines, things that may have been in your eyes whenever you logged onto the computer, whether your homepage is MSNBC, Yahoo News, whatever news source it is. If they got headlines on there talking about something that's going on, I'm probably touching on that right here on Kons Podcast, you know what I'm saying? So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, and tell your friends and share this info and share this page, you know what I'm saying? Share this episode, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what this episode, that's what the show is about. You feel me? Let me be your neighborhood hood journalist and show you and keep you updated on everything going on in this wicked world, you know what I'm saying? So for today's episode 308, you know what I mean? I'm gonna hit you and let you know about a child in Lansing, Michigan, who was a hero and they expelled him, treating him like he was a villain. He was a little black kid in Michigan. We're gonna touch on that and what he did. Also, a UFO was seen in LA, a V-shaped one, you know what I'm saying? Got clear footage of that. We're gonna touch on that, got clips for that. And also Jakepaul and tankdavis, they've been having their little press conferences and all that. I got a few clips on that, and I'm gonna talk about the final and closing thoughts and we'll speak on what I feel on that, you know what I'm saying? So without no more further ado, without no more chit chat or banter, you know what I'm saying, let's jump right into these topics, you feel me? So a child in Lansing, Michigan, you know what I'm saying, 11 years old, had took a firearm from another student, you know what I mean? Now I was trying to read and figure out what race this other student was, you know what I mean? I'm assuming that it was a white student, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I'm assuming. I've seen some reports say that it was. A lot of reports is not reporting on the race of these children, you know what I'm saying? So I seen, you know what I mean, he had took a firearm from a classmate, it says, and disassembled and took the weapon and took it apart and also took the bullets out, you know what I'm saying? Took it all apart like how a soldier would, disassembled the spring, disassembled the barrel, took everything apart, took the bullets out and all that, you know what I'm saying? And then the school, and he did this happen, I guess, in May, and the school had found out about it. He didn't want to say anything about it because he felt like he would have got in trouble or would have got the student in trouble that he took the firearm from. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't say anything about it at the time, and I guess the school had found out about it, you feel me, and then expelled the child. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, these kids are 10, 11, and probably 12 in the class. The kid was 11 years old, you know what I'm saying? And they decide to expel him for a year. You know what I mean? It's causing a bunch of outrage. His mom's is speaking out, trying to get him to get put back into school. You know what I'm saying? She says she don't want him to become a statistic and go to homeschool. She said they didn't even give her no alternate routes, alternate schools, or anything of that nature, and they treating the son like he is a villain when really he probably is the hero. You know what I'm saying? So this next little clip you're about to see is just a news clip along with the mother speaking on this matter. Check this clip out.
A Lansing parent is doing everything she can to get her son back in school after he was expelled for doing something she believes was heroic. Good evening, I'm Ann Emmerich. Savitra McClurkin says her son is being punished after disarming a classmate's gun at Dwight Rich School of the Arts. He took the gun apart and threw away the bullets, but didn't tell an adult until later. News 10's Amaya Kaznicki joins us live with what's next for this student.
And McClurkin says she's been trying to get in contact with the Lansing School District for quite some time, but isn't getting any response. In search for answers, she made an appearance at tonight's meeting of the Lansing School Board, asking them face to face why her son can't return to school.
What am I to do? He's 11 years old, 7th grade, never been in trouble before.
A Lansing mom is pleading for her son to be reinstated in school after she says he was expelled for possession of a weapon.
They kicked him out of school for the whole year. Online schools are honoring their decision, nor did they provide us a different resource or a different avenue to go.
Savitra McClurkin says her son is being punished for disarming and dismantling a gun that another student brought to the Dwight Rich School of the Arts back in May, and for not speaking up about it right away.
He didn't want to implicate himself in it, nor did he want to tell on the person that actually brought the firearm. Because he knows firearms aren't supposed to be in school.
He was able to disarm and disassemble the gun because of his hunting background. McClurkin says in the moment, her son was scared and thought he was helping the other students around him.
It's devastating because he's a bright kid, and all he wants to do is be a kid. And as a parent, I feel like I may be more devastated than him.
At Thursday night's board meeting, the Lansing School District declined to comment on the issue, even after McClurkin took the stand during public comment.
They are setting my child up for failure. They're setting him up to be a statistic. And I've been doing everything in my will and my power to keep him from that. After 180 days, they may or may not reinstate him. So then what?
Right now, McClurkin says her son has been doing online school, but it's not an accredited program. It's meant to help him stay on track while he's at home. Ann, back to you.
All right, Amaya, thank you. To prevent something like this from happening again, the district installed metal detectors and uses handheld wands on all students as they enter Dwight Rich. Here's a time lapse.
That was a news clip of the 11-year-old child that took the firearm from the student, dismantled it. A UFO has been seen in the city of Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? A V-shaped UFO has been seen over the skies. A lot of people have been reported. They even reported it on some news sources. You know what I'm saying? So in this next little clip I got a clip from, there's a dude who's on TikTok who covers a lot of this type of stuff. You've probably seen it before, a little nerdy looking white boy that has glasses on, you know what I'm saying? He covers a lot of UFO stuff, talks a lot on this subject matter. You know, I know you've probably seen him before, you know what I'm saying? If you watch reacting videos, people that reacting and use his TikToks a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? So the next little clip you're about to see is just him talking about it and this footage that was seen in LA, a V-shaped UFO flying over the skies of LA. This was taken back in August 30th. Now, I don't know why it's just now being surfacing and coming out, but this is the footage that's been going around. That's all of a sudden surfacing and hitting everybody's news source. Check it out.
V-shaped UFO craft that was sighted over Los Angeles August 30th, right? This is exactly what I saw back in 2016, 2 of them flying over Warminster, okay? This one looks a little bit different just on the underneath, but with the vector shape of all the lights, kind of like the craft of my profile picture, this is exactly what I witnessed, mate, and it's absolutely amazing. And this object was flying over and it kind of moved around in kind of different angles and shapes, and then apparently then flew off and disappeared after, which is incredible. Right, and notice the colour changes here, all the different kind of flickers, almost like energy morphing in whatever state it's in at the moment. So yeah, these things are sighted quite often around the planet with no real explanation as to what they are. So there you go, mate. What do you guys think, man? God damn.
As you seen, you know what I'm saying? That was footage of a UFO, a V-shaped one, like back in the day. We ain't seen V-shaped UFOs since the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's up with that. But as you seen the footage, let me know if you think it is real or no. You know what I'm saying? Jake Paul and tankdavis, you know what I mean? We know they scheduled supposed to be fighting November 14th. It's a circus act, an exhibition. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be fighting November 14th. They've been doing the press conference. You know what I'm saying? In the press conference, it's just not the same energy that we see from tankdavis. I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely not the energy that we're used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? He just seems like he's just, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? He just has this type of persona and attitude over him. I don't know what's going on, you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm a voice about this in the final and closing thoughts. You know what I mean? So this next little clips is a few clips that you're about to see. Like I said, it just seems like I just read what I wrote. It seems like he just does going with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't have no determination, no drive for this fight. It's just nothing to him. You know what I mean? It's just nothing. You know what I'm saying? So next little clips you're about to see is just clips of this press conference and things that's been going on, little words they've been exchanging back and forth to each other and this and that. You feel me? All the little spiffles and all this and that. And somebody asked him in the crowd, you know what I mean? He pretty much was like, I don't care if I lose or if I don't. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just weird. You know what I mean? Weird vibes. You know what I'm saying? Check these clips out. You know what I mean? These are clips of the press conference that they've been having. Check it out.
Remember that. You got a mohawk. You tattooed your name on your forehead so you wouldn't forget, you dumbass. That's not my name, dumbass. That's my daughter's name, dumbass. And my son's name, dumbass. Hey, again, you got a mohawk. If I find out anything, I'ma beat your ass and I'ma beat Jaden Love ass. On my mama, I'ma beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. He know. He laughing.
What are you talking about? What does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'ma show you and him back.
It begs the question, Tank.
Nothing.
It begs the question, Tank.
Nothing.
How was your training
for each of y'all? State your case for being the face of boxing.
I ain't the face of boxing, fam. I'm just somebody that box.
Jake.
Numbers. No matter what he does, he's going.
You're not a real fighter.
He's going to underestimate me. Bro, you took a knee in the last fight. Like, you should have got 2 points taken off, bro.
He's not even listening.
You're always in your head, like.
When you at a press conference, you don't put the next person on point. You shouldn't do that.
What are you saying?
You heard what I said.
You say you shouldn't put the next person on point?
Yeah, you shouldn't.
What? I don't know what that means, bro.
Okay.
Next question.
You tattooed your fucking name on your forehead so you wouldn't forget, you dumbass.
That's not my name, dumbass. That's my daughter's name, dumbass. And my son's name, dumbass. And again, you got a mohawk. You fucking clown.
Alright, Tank.
right, Tank, you're giving up 40 pounds, 50 pounds.
Tank, so obviously, you know, you're fighting Jake, and this is the fight that's in front of you. That's what you focused on now. But I gotta ask you, he's a bigger dude. You acknowledge that. He's stronger. He's got the size advantage. Let's say he were to knock you out. Do you think that impacts your legacy? Or even lose? Just a loss to Jake Paul. What kind of impact do you think that that has on your legacy?
I'm not really, I'm not sure. I'm not really big on it. I don't really, care at this moment.
So you're not concerned that a loss to Jake Paul would mean anything to you at all? It doesn't stop anything?
Why should I?
Got you.
He gonna still have his poodle after the loss.
You hate me, don't you?
You're saying, you know what I'm saying? That was clips of the press conference of Tank Davis and Jake Paul fighting November 14th live on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's happening? You feel me? I'm here to interrupt this episode to let you know what I'm saying? To hit that like button if you ain't already. You know what I mean? Hit the like button if you liking this content. You know what I'm saying? Comment on what you want to say on this content. You know what I'm saying? If you got something to say, if you remember something, if you heard about something that I'm talking about, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? And tell your friends to hit that subscribe button. You feel me? Spread the word. Feel free to share all this content on your social medias, whatever platform it is that you got. You know what I mean? Thank you for tuning in. Let's get back to the episode. But that's all I got for you today. You know what I mean? Episode 308. That's the 3 topics I have for you today. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into these final and closing thoughts, just want a quick recap of what we just talked about. You know what I'm saying? Quick recap of episode 308. So tonight, I just let you know that a child out there in Lansing, Michigan, at the school, the Delta school or something, you know what I'm saying? We're sticking it in the news clip, you know what I mean? Had disarmed another student, took the firearm apart and everything, and they are treating him like he a villain and expelled him from the school for a whole year. A UFO was seen in LA, a V-shaped one flying over the skies. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was filming this, had some good footage of it, you know what I mean? Some good footage that don't look too grainy. It actually looks legit, you know what I mean? Also let you know about Jake Paul and Tank Davis's press conferences, how Tank Davis just don't really seem to give a flying about none of this that he got going on in the press conference. He's in his phone. He's just looking very, I don't give about none of this. You know what I mean? That's just the type of attitude that I feel that I see that he has during these press conferences. You know what I'm saying? But that's everything we went over for episode 308. So now for the final and closing thoughts on these said subjects. You know what I'm saying? For the final and closing thoughts, so a child out there in Lansing, Michigan, you know what I'm saying? At the name of the school, can't forget the name of the school, but you've seen it in the clip. You know what I mean? You probably see it. They're probably going to show it to you in the clip right here on the side of the screen. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? He took the firearm, dismantled it, took it all apart. You know what I mean? They said because his dad took him hunting and all that, so he's familiar with dismantling firearms and all that, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? You're only 11, you know what I mean? But now they treating him like he a whole villain, like he the one who had the firearm, and they expelled him for possession of a firearm. Now, how you expel a kid for possession of a firearm when you the one that took it and dismantled it from another student? How you get expelled for possession of it when you didn't have possession of it? You know what I'm saying? And then because what, you didn't say nothing? I mean, we talk about 11-year-old kids. You know what I mean? If he didn't say nothing, he said he was probably scared. Guns, he know guns ain't supposed to be at the school. You know what I mean? So he was probably thinking he was being heroic and doing a heroic act, and they punishing him for it. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand the psychological damage that's probably going to do to that child. You know what I mean? We're talking about 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what that's going to do psychologically if in his mind he thought he was doing the right thing, having full-on integrity. You know what I'm saying? In his mind, he saving other students. Who knows what the child was going to do with the weapon that he brought to the school? And I was just going to say, you know what I'm saying, I think it is a white boy that he took the weapon from. You know what I'm saying? Some reports, like I said, some reports are saying that, some reports are leaving race out of it. But that's important to know. You know what I mean? Especially if a little black kid was saving the day, and then they expelling him, not even letting him come to the school, kicking him out the school was totally wrong. You know what I'm saying? Totally wrong. You feel me? So I don't know. I heard it's like a GoFundMe, or you're trying to raise money. You know what I mean? If you want to look that up, you know what I'm saying? Sakir Everett is the child's name. You know what I mean? Out of Lansing, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? 11 years old. He did a heroic act, and they trying to punish him for it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you can't win for nothing out here being black. A UFO was found out in LA, you know what I'm saying? A V-shaped UFO. A V-shaped one seen flying over the skies. And I don't know if a lot of UFO talk been coming out like crazy lately. You know what I mean? I'm aware of Project Blue Beam, you know what I'm saying? And I understand what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Using these visuals, holographic visuals that seem very real. You know what I mean? They got the capability of doing this. They showed you that in Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying? Far From Home. You know what I mean? When Mysterio was having these, making it look like he fighting off these villains, you know what I'm saying, in the world and all that, and he wasn't really doing too much, you know what I'm saying, making it look like the hero through tech. High tech, holographic tech, you know what I'm saying, through drones and all that. So I believe that that's something that's definitely implemented into our society today, not just in the movies. I think that's something that's for real, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what they're going to be using for this UFO wave that seems to be coming about, especially since we're supposed to be having one touching down in November or something, late October, whenever they said that this A1 Atlas, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be approaching Earth and all that, you know what I mean? It's just too much UFO stuff coming out, you know what I'm saying, to where we don't even know what's real or fake. And then we got this AI on the boom, on the rise. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know what's real in the video or not. You know what I mean? With AI being the way it is and it getting so good at manipulating graphics and videos and all that, we don't know what's what these days. You know what I mean? So I don't know about that UFO that was seen over LA. Could be for real. It seemed like it's for real, but hey, what we gonna do? Let's say they is coming for real. What we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen? You feel me? It's just gonna happen. There ain't gonna be nothing you can do but step outside and look up at it. And hope it don't even get on some Independence Day type of, and start releasing futuristic weapons on us. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we don't get that. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with these UFOs, you know what I'm saying? This Jake Paul and Tank Davis fight, though, I don't know what's up with that either. You know what I'm saying? It's an exhibition fight. I ain't gonna go on nobody's record. Jake Paul is like 70 pounds heavier than Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? We done seen Tank Davis in a bunch of other press conferences. We done seen him talking, you know what I mean? Say all this, talkish and all that. He ain't doing none of that. He got a whole persona over him. Like, he just don't give no it's about this, you know what I mean? None at all. You know what I'm saying? That's just how he putting it out there. You know what I mean? It's just like he don't care. If he ain't been talking to Jake, he ain't been saying he gonna knock him out. He said he was gonna knock him out. Something about, when Jake mentioned something about his daughter or something like that. I don't know. But Tank did say, you know what I'm saying, if you cheat in any way, I'm going to whoop you and some other dude's ass. You know what I'm saying? He did say that at the press conference. So I don't know. And he was like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I think he was talking about that contract. So I don't know what's going to go down. Hopefully he ignored the contract and knock Jake out. That's what we want to see. You know what I'm saying? He's a real boxer, like, in this actively, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. This is a clown, man. It's a clown. It's a circus, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, like I said, he is like 70 pounds heavier than Jake. It's just, I don't know, man. It's a mockery of boxing. I don't really like it. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it, you know what I'm saying? I don't like it. I just don't like it. I'm not a fan. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of it. It's just a money grab. I think Tank Davis is just wanting that bread. You know what I'm saying? I think he just wants that bread. I think that's what his mind is on. I think that's what he's trying to do. I think that's where he at. I don't think he care about nothing else. I think he just want that bag. And I think he accepted the terms, even if it mean him losing. You know what I'm saying? Because he clearly stated he don't care if he win or lose, he said. But I mean, it's an exhibition. They ain't gonna go on nobody's record, so why should you care too much, I guess? You know what I mean? It's all about pride at this point. This is a fight for pride at this point. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? That's going on in boxing. I don't like it. You know what I mean? But yeah, this has been episode 308. You know what I mean? That was my final and closing thoughts on the said subjects. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in, because you could have been doing whatever it is that you wanted to do, no matter who you was. You know what I mean? Whether you was the little brother, little sister, older brother, older sister, you know what I'm saying? The little cousin, older cousin. You could have been cousin Pete, cousin Man, cousin Nunu, cousin Nene, cousin Pookie, cousin Mookie. You know what I'm saying? You could have been a mother, a father, whoever you is. And if y'all got pets too, sitting there petting them, whether you got a pet pig, he's sitting on the couch, you petting him, whether you got a pet iguana, whether you got a pet bearded dragon, whether you got a pet ant farm, you could have a pet hedgehog, a pet ferret, you have a pet squirrel, a pet bearded dragon, a pet giraffe, a pet tiger, whoever your pet is, you know what I'm saying? If you sitting there and they watch a Kons podcast right along with it, I definitely salute to them like you see the homie scrolling up the screen, you know what I'm saying? Giving you that good salute, you know what I mean? The beat you hear creeping up was made by none other than Infectious, you know what I mean? Beat Collector Beats and West Coast Killer Bees, you know what I mean? So listen to Infectious talk to you in the background while you see these little last minute commentary clips. I mean, commentary. You know what I'm saying? As the credits roll, you feel me? But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, you know what I'm saying? Kons Podcast episode 308. Please share this and tell your people about it. Hit that subscribe button if you ain't. Comment on something that you want to say. I'll be sure to see it.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
You hate me, don't you?